Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Meridy here with my second layout using the Melodies and Memories kits for March of 2025. And let me show you what I want to work with today. I have some pictures of my son and his girlfriend getting, they're going to the winter dance. So the pictures I thought matched this kit really well because of the teal green dress and tie. So I have a lot of pictures here, 7 of them, which I think I want to narrow down. And these two look pretty similar, but I like that you can see their outfit. I think I'm going to have some problems narrowing this down. Let's see. I think I should pick, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I'm gonna pick these pictures up and figure out something while I'm showing you what I'm gonna work with today. So I only picked a few little pieces of ephemera so far. The word photographs from the laser cuts, this little laser cut doily piece, and a film strip from the subscriber freebie. I grabbed this cut apart because I think I want to cut out some of the flowers, and I can cut out the camera too, but I especially like the flowers. I grabbed these few sheets from the 6x8 paper pad. I thought I could use them to map photos or make a design or something, so we'll keep those. I grabbed this paper, which is the tone-on-tone music notes on that side. I probably will not use this side. I will just use this side. I grabbed this wood grain paper because I just thought it was really nice with these pictures as well. Then I have, let's see, there's music notes and whatnot on here because they were going to a school dance. So, yeah, we'll see. Do what you love. Yeah, we'll see if I can use some of those on there. I've got my little journaling strip that will represent my journaling strips at the end. I've got my color swatch that I made in my unboxing video. I've got some scraps here, which, let's see. These flowers could look nice with this. Okay, so I'm gonna save this little scrap. I've got other little scraps here if I need them. Let's see here. I've got the whole rest of this paper pad that I didn't already pull out. So if I need more paper to map pictures on, I can just use this. This is the back of the packaging of the laser cuts. It's cut aparts also. And then I do have lots of laser cuts, and I do want to use some of these, especially I think because it's pictures of a dance. I think I'm going to use some of these flowers. Okay. I can also cut apart some of the flowers off of this cut apart paper. Okay, I pulled these two colors of cardstock from my stash in the layout I made last. So I've got this cardstock if I need it as well. I'm going to put, and then where is it? Oh, I've got all these goodies. So this has a bunch of little pieces and little pieces of acetate. And then this is the bigger acetate leaves and greenery and flowers. So I definitely want to use a bunch of those. And I've got my pearl finishing touches, which I would love to use on this layout, and my sequins. So I've got a lot of embellishments to pick from. And I think I'm going to do kind of a lot of floral in this one since it's dance pictures. So, I also have my stars, which I might not really use on this layout. I've got my alphabet thickers and my photograph word stickers, so I can use lots of those. Let me see if I've got the date. Sometimes I put a yellow sticky note with the date, there you go, on the back, and I didn't want to cut it through it. So this is definitely their winter formal of their freshman year of high school. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna move all the embellishments off. I think I'm gonna try to make a double pager here. I'm gonna use white as my background, but I might end up covering most of it with patterned paper, but at least I know that I'll use it to base my layout on. Let me make sure that you can see both of these. Okay, this is perfect. So since I do have a lot of pictures, I can kind of possibly trim some down. There are so many pictures. Maybe I'll put these two on their own little layout. Or maybe I could narrow down to 5 pictures. Yeah, I'm gonna save these for another page because I don't like when there's so many on a page that it just crowds it out. And then I think I've got to figure out what order I want these in. I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, I'm not very good at designing with all 4x6 pictures, I feel like. It gives me, I'm just not good at it. I could crop a little bit off of each of these so it won't go all the way to the end. I think I just need to figure out which pictures. I kind of like it with one picture raised up a little right there. I just don't know which picture. And I also want to keep it like my 3 close-ups I like on the ends like that. So I think this might be pretty good. Okay, I am going to trim down all 3 of these pictures just slightly so that it's not going all the way to the edge of this paper. And I know I'm losing some of the background, but it's not super important background, I don't feel like. So I think it will be okay. I trimmed them down to about 3 inches across. Okie doke. You know, where are those other 2 pictures? No, I can't fit them on here. I like those being small. I think I'll keep this one big, and then I'll trim this one a little bit thinner too. And that way the one large picture, it will be like the focal point picture. So maybe I will keep the other 4 in a straight line, and then I'll set this one off to the side, more of like a focal point. I think I like that idea. Okay, now I'm gonna come in here and grab some of this patterned paper and my mats. And I wonder, I kind of want to put possibly some patterned paper just down here and down here. I mean, this wood grain paper, I should say, not patterned, wood grain paper. And then maybe I can use different patterns of this underneath each picture, like making it like a stripe down. Show you what I'm thinking. Like one color there, another color here, and another color here, something like that. I would continue it at the top with the same color at the top too. I just don't want it to be too busy. Or maybe I should just put a solid color across the bottom and only do these at the top. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to cut these papers to decide. And I actually don't like them in this order because I don't like the wood being in the end. And I think I need to pick which order they go in before I cut them because each picture is a slightly different size. Okay. And then if I had this, that really darkens it up though over here. So I might not like that dark on the end, but maybe this music note paper might look good on the end. That's not too dark. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these to match the size of my photos. Okay, I do not like this green paper, and I maybe don't like these all the way to the top and the bottom. So I think I'm gonna pull them up, and I think instead I might mat these on the screen paper, like this, and then put the whole piece right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna cut this paper 7 inches across. And then I'm gonna need to do a 7-inch tall piece over here. And I do realize that the music notes are going the other direction, but I don't think it's going to be terribly noticeable. I'm not really worried about it. So I will just cut 7 inches off, because I feel like it's there's so much other stuff going on in this layout. I'm not going to know or care. Okay. And then this picture, I'm gonna give it like a major layered up mat with different papers of these. Oh, but I need to decide what pattern is going under there. So I think I need to get out, let's see what's on the back of these. Thumb strips, cameras, no, I don't want any of these. Maybe this pattern is okay to repeat again, this light one from over here. Let me see, let me get into, maybe there's a better one. This one we already used, that one we already used, this one we already used. These are just repeating again, I think. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we used that one, we used that one. We used that one. This isn't very organic looking, so I don't want to use that one. This is too dark. I don't want to use the black. And then I think this is the end of the paper pad. Okay, I have this one, but it's just very dark. So I think I'm gonna stick with this one, which this is not wide enough, but I feel like I only need a couple inches out of the bottom and a couple inches out of the top. So I probably only need one little piece of these. This is, okay, I'm going to try to adhere these things down how I have them right now. And what I'm gonna do is cut these in half again, so I can use part up there and part down like that. Okay, so let me get this all adhered down like I have it laid out, and then I will be back to worry about this picture. I'm not gonna adhere this down yet. I'm just gonna get these first 4. So I will be right back. Alrighty guys, so I've got this section done, and then I'm gonna try to add in this picture. I think I wanna put a bunch of layers under it, but I'm not sure. I don't wanna use scraps. And I don't think it looks nice matted on that color. So I'm just gonna have to try all the different matte colors. The black looks kind of nice, but maybe not for the first matte. That also looks nice. I'm gonna use this one. I might want to use that one. I also can bring back in the wood because I used it over here, so I kind of like that. I would rather have, which black would I rather have? If I was matting it on wood grain first and then black, and then on the, oh yeah. So it's just trial and error sometimes and what your eye likes better. So I think first I'm gonna mat the picture on a piece of white cardstock because that will really brighten it up and make it pop and bring in a little of that background color. So I am gonna trim this picture ever so slightly, just a little bit, just because it gives me a little more room to work with, because I don't want the mats to just fill up this whole background sheet. Yeah, I think I need to trim it down a little bit more. Okay. Now I can mat it on white. And I'm just gonna give it a thin white mat, a thin white border. And next I'll mat it on brown here. A little bit of the thicker mat on the brown. Okay, and I'm making lots of scraps for myself for later, so I'm happy about that. And then I'm gonna mat it on this black, and I really wanna see some of this. I don't want it on this side because it blends too much, so I'm keeping it on this side. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and adhere it down, and then I'll trim the black mat to the width I want to keep it. I don't want it to be quite that thick, so I think I'm gonna have to trim that side a little. I'm gonna start by trimming it first. Yeah, that's good. And then I know how much to trim off of the other sides because I'll keep it all uniform. Okay. Now, I really want this matted on something dark, but maybe this is where the wood grain paper can come into play. Maybe I can use that whole piece of wood grain in here. I kind of like it. Okay. I think, I don't know how far to bring the wood grain paper over. I think I need to bring it all the way up to this. So I'm just gonna cut this much off of this side, which is 3 1/8 inches. So 3 1/8. Oh, I love the back of this paper too. Glad I have a little bit left here. Okay. Now, how is this gonna look? If I have that like this and this. Okay, I think I'm going to like it. So let me get this all adhered down. I don't know, I think I need to lift this up and slide the brown paper underneath it. I do kind of like that little bit showing right there rather than butted up like that. So I'm gonna put this picture over there. And then I'm going to clean up this desk and get ready to add some fun embellishments to this page. And it is already fairly busy with all of this patterned paper, so I think I'm going to take it pretty easy with the amount of embellishing that I do here. So let me get this area cleaned up and all my scraps put away, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I've got a lot. This first. Do I need this? I don't think I do. I don't think I left any room for it. So I'll use it on another layout. I would love to fussy cut some of these flowers, so I think I'm gonna go do that right now. Let me see. This doily is too dark over there. I don't know that I'm gonna use this doily either. I could cut it in half maybe. Let me try that. I'm just gonna cut it in half. I often cut them in half anyways, so I can use like half on one side and half on the other. So we'll kind of keep that to work with. Even if I reverse it and do half. Kind of liked it better like this. Okay, so we've got that doily. I'm gonna go fussy cut these and I will be right back. I'm just gonna fussy cut all 5 of them because they're all different sizes and I think that will look nice. And I'm just gonna get as close to I can, but leaving still a little bit of a white border around it. Alrighty guys, I cut 1 camera and the 5 flowers. This is what I've got left. This will go in my scraps. And I think I'm going to try to put the flowers around-ish where I want them to stay. Maybe. That might be too big right there. I don't want to cover up important things in my pictures. Let's see, if I've got 1 cluster up here, and 1 cluster over here, maybe I should have a little cluster down here. I also don't want to cover up their shoes, their little matching shoes that they have. Okay, maybe that will be better. Yeah, I don't like this big one right there right now. We'll see. And then the camera, I think I'm gonna keep on this side. Okay, next. Oh, I've still got this little film strip and maybe I can cut it in half and tuck a little under there and a little up here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna slice it right in half down the center. And do I want it to cover up the blue paper or go below the blue paper? I think I like it below the blue paper. So over here, I will make it go on top of the blue paper, I think. Or should I make it go behind the pictures? Oh, I kind of like it behind the pictures down there, but behind that paper right there. Okay, guys, let's see, do I need to fussy cut any more? The most I would probably fussy cut of this is the flowers, but I don't need more flowers. I already have even more than what I need right now. And I'm about to get some other flowers from here anyways. So I think I will take these that are pretty white. I kind of like this little fine, tiny, delicate one. You got to be careful. These are pretty sturdy because they're pretty thick, But I mean, these are really fine laser cuts. So you've got to be kind of careful when you're pulling them out. I mean, look at how fine these little tendrils are. I want to get another one that's fairly white because I think these shades of gray are kind of blending too much for me. So I like this one is a little bit lighter gray, almost white. Okay. Oh yeah, that one looks better. Not sure about that yet. I'm also not even sure about this one yet. I just kind of stuck it there. It almost looks like it could curl up. I think I don't like this over here. It can nicely frame this bottom side of this picture though. So maybe I'll leave that one there. And then let's not forget that we have all kinds of teal flowers and greenery as well. Some of them aren't gonna show up as well as others. Like this one shows up way better. And I like that one. And these are pretty cool. Like, see, they hardly show up on that paper, but they show up better right there. But I'm not sure I like this flower with this layout. And like I said, this is just gonna be a bunch of trial and error of getting things to match and coordinate. That one might just be a little bit too big. A little too weedy looking. That looks nice up there. This is probably a little more subtle. That's the same flower I used over there. I realize this is the same one as here, but it might look kind of nice down here, layered underneath this guy. Okay. I know this probably isn't very exciting to watch. If you're bored, you might just want to fast forward through this part. But I'm gonna try to explain why I pick some pieces over others. Like these leaves with that are a little bit more light colored and have white on the tips are the ones that I like because you can see them better than like these that don't have any. I do not like that right there though. Okay, and then I'm just keeping on adding, like this one is just not showing up very good. It's just too dark for this layout. So I've got it, you got to pick the ones that are more contrasting, I believe. This is another pretty flower, but again, you can hardly see it. I feel like this area down here is seriously lacking in attention. Like it needs some more attention. I'm almost through these whole set of die cuts, and then I'm gonna work on this thing down here. Okay, those came in the subscriber freebie little pack. There's another one with some white. And then, let's not forget that we have all these little flowers and butterflies too. They're just the little tiny ones. Most of them are butterflies, which I probably am not really gonna put on here. But I think there's a couple flowers in here. Yes. And it pops because it's white. It's light colored. Okay. Let's see if I need, I don't need these little guys. Now, do I want one of these little white frames to kind of just go under here to back that one up? You can't even really see it. It gets lost. I think I could cut this in half and wedge it underneath here to kind of spruce this up a little. I'm gonna try cutting a little off just because it's getting hard for me to wedge underneath the picture, and I don't really need a lot of it. Okay, and then I've got this little bit. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna go and start getting some of these things adhered so I can try to kind of figure out what's missing from what I've got so far. And just kind of stick them in there. Or if they look like a bad afterthought like that, ugh, I kind of don't like the way that they look like that. But there, that looks better. It looks more like they're curling around with this curve of this whole piece right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna adhere all these things down and see what I've got happening. So I will be right back. So as you may know from watching some of my videos in the past, sometimes the device that I'm recording on either dies or I forget to push record again. I don't know what happened right now. I jumped up to make sure that it was still recording and it was not. So I basically adhered all the flowers that I had laid out that I said I was gonna do, you know, just a moment ago. I also added a couple of the faux buttons from the laser cuts. There was a few heart buttons and a few white buttons. So I added a heart button there and a white button there and two right there and two right there. I added this little favorite memory that came out of there. And then I wrote winter formal and 24 out of the thickers. I couldn't write 2024 because there was only 1, 2. So I had to put a apostrophe 24 to make it legible because I kind of wanted some up here and some down here. So I think that's all that you missed was me adding the buttons and the title. But I also think that this wraps up this layout. I think I want to put, instead of putting little scribbles like where I usually do, I want to put them around this. So I'll keep talking while I'm doing this. So if you were inspired by this video, whether it was to create this layout using this same kit and just copying this layout exactly the way that I did it, or maybe you're just inspired to work with your Melodies and Memories kit and maybe not create the same layout, but just take it out and work with it at all, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook page. Even if you were inspired to recreate this layout using your stash, we would also love to see that on our Facebook community page, and I will link that all in the description of this video. If you like my process videos, you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as I try to post about 8 process videos a month using the current month's kit. So there's a lot of inspiration here. Even if you are interested in joining our kit club, I will link the details for that below as well. Or you can simply just shop the website. You don't have to join the kit club to get the kit. If there's any kits left, you can just pick one up right on the website, which is also going to be linked below. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I know this was kind of a long one because it's a double pager, but I think I like the way it turned out. And I will see you guys in a couple of days with another layout. Bye guys.